Hello and welcome to episode 124. I had to read it on the template here of the Pixel Street podcast. And Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Eve. John's looking like a cool, bad mamma jamma over there in his transition lenses. Just ran out to get his Christmas dinner. But we're here. This is a podcast. Oh my God. What's it like over there? It's freezing here today.
Yeah, it's like 10 degrees out today.
Yeah, I think it was like 18 when I was driving home a little bit ago. But yeah, it's just such a drastic change because yesterday it was 50-something degrees.
Yeah, same here. Well, I mean, we only live 3 hours apart, so it's not going to be
Midwest,
that different.
Man. But Midwest is wild. But either way, we are here to talk about video games. But before we get to that, I want to tell you to go check out our Twitter by searching for @PixelStreet there. You can see our pinned tweet. You can find our YouTube channel, which we're trying to get to 100 subs so that we can get that sweet, sweet custom URL. Also, John posted a video there about why Back 4 Blood is Left 4 Dead 3 that everybody wants. So go check that out. Also, in that pinned tweet, you can find out how to join our Discord, which is where we have PAL party nights every few months, I guess. Every other month.
It's once a month is how we've been doing it. December we miss because holidays, crazy and everything. But in January, we're going to pick right back up.
Yep, indeed we are. I don't know. What else do we plug? Twitter, YouTube, Discord?
What else have we done? I mean, we put up a Let's Play of the Back 4 Blood closed alpha, which you and I will both be talking about later on. It's been a lot of Back 4 Blood lately. I think today's podcast, I think we're going to focus more on looking back on 2020 a bit, but we're just in a dead zone for like video game stuff. Like we had the Game Awards and that's like the last big thing for the year.
Yeah. Oh, also worth noting, we started doing After Party, which is after we record the podcast, we record, either 20 questions, whether it's that or, something else. But this week I think we're going to skip just because it's the two of us, but definitely keep a lookout on that. We'll be posting those on Sundays usually.
Yeah. We got 20 questions. The first episode went up last week. We do want to find some new stuff to put in there as well. We don't want it just to be 20 questions. So if you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter, just Discord, wherever.
Yeah, definitely let us know. We're always looking for feedback.
Absolutely.
Okay. I guess should we just talk about what we've been playing?
Yeah, let's just jump right in.
Let's talk about Back 4 Blood, man.
Oh, baby.
Yo,
Back 4 Blood.
I want to say that is the cleanest alpha I've ever played.
Absolutely. I think the first time I played, I had some issues of getting it to run on my PC. I definitely had to knock down the graphical settings and everything. It was just a little rough at first, but as the day went on, that first day of the alpha, things just started running way smoother. But besides that, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like animation and graphical things for them to update, but just as an online game, it runs beautifully.
Yeah, like I was encountering very minimal issues to the point to where like at the state some of these games have been launching lately.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I would accept this as a final product if they launched that and said this is the game and it had, all the acts and campaigns within it. I'd be like, all right, yeah, this is the game. Like, I'd be fine with it, knowing that they're going to patch things going ahead. But yeah.
And that's the thing, like, even with this being alpha, there's going to be more coming to the game and everything as we get closer to June when it releases. So, yeah, it's really exciting for this game.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I think that one of the things they're probably working on is what the gun leveling system is going to look like.
Yeah.
Because every gun we had was just a 1-star, and it shows 3 stars there. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know whether that's going to be like a per account thing. Like, if I play enough with, say an AK, maybe
that just levels up with you.
Yeah, it levels up with me. So I've upgraded. So now every time I launch the game and go into a new campaign, I'll have that level, that 2-star AK, right off the bat if that's the weapon of choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wrote up a first impressions for Game Per on Back for Blood. It hasn't gone up as of this recording. Hopefully it will here soon. But I did mention that, yeah, the game's in alpha. It needs some tweaks and everything. The game is very difficult, much more difficult than Left 4 Dead. I think part of that might play into we only had the 1-star guns available. But I do wonder if you're right, if as you go and as you make your character, your profile better, if you can level up the guns so that way any game you go into with that gun is leveled up, or maybe if you find them in the world it's that level. Otherwise, it was really fun. I do wonder what changes are going to come with the copper system, because especially in the Let's Play that you, me, and Kenny did, we were like noticing like just how you can like only buy one thing at a time with no matter how much copper you earn in the previous level. So I wonder if maybe the copper will carry over between games, like connected to your account, which would be actually a really cool idea. But yeah, we just don't know at the moment. But it's definitely some stuff there.
I guess if you don't know, the way the game works is, you play through a chapter, and in between chapters there are safe rooms just like Left 4 Dead. And in that safe room there's a buy station, which is almost reminiscent of like CSGO or something, where in between rounds kind of you're buying, attachments for your weapons. You can buy frag grenades, Molotovs, med kits, stuff like that. And it seemed like we were only finding enough copper through each chapter to buy just one thing. Or, two smaller things, which would be like bandages and, firecrackers or something.
Yeah, something like that. There was one game I played where I saved up all of my copper, because there's 4 chapters in the act, at least in the alpha. And I just saved them all up until the final act. And yeah, I still was only able to buy a few things. And like none of it was like really worth the investment to like save up for. Mm-hmm. So at least as of now, I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Yeah, unless it has to be that the copper carries over, like it's a per account thing, because there's no way they can expect you to go through it with, either, med kits or attachments on your gun. Because as I was playing the alpha, I stopped buying attachments completely and was just looking for a gun through the map.
Yeah, that was almost always the better option, because the attachments, they were like 600 copper a piece, and you maybe get like 300 a chapter.
Yeah.
So, like they don't do anything for you. Like you can get a sight on your gun, but like why is that any better than looking down the iron sight? You can get an extended mag, which is okay, that's fine, but it's not a game changer or anything. It was almost always better to just hope that you got lucky and found a gun with attachments out in the world, which happened every now and then.
Yeah, overall it was a great alpha. I have no complaints.
Yeah, no, absolutely. For the alpha, I think they knocked it out of the park. There's definitely adjustments to be made, but hey, this game isn't finished, and we have a half year to go, and they're like still hiring people to work on it, which I think is odd. Like I saw an ad from them looking for like someone focusing on animations. I thought that was weird, but regardless, I'm so pumped.
You have to assume that when the game launches, they're going to immediately be working on DLCs already. You know what I mean? Like, different campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, from what I gather, they're really making this a game that's going to have legs. With Left 4 Dead, it was, that was still during the time where games would maybe get content for a year at most 2, but that was pretty rare. This is a game they at least seem to be wanting to build on for years to come.
Yeah, really excited for June. Is it 22nd?
21st or 22nd, something like that.
And then if you buy the $100 version, you get it like 4 days early, which is what every game does now. Which is weird.
But it also has an annual pass and
all that
probably
stuff.
some other digital stuff.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to be adding weapon skins and stuff to this game as well, because
and character skins. You just got to think, like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But we already know there's going to be 4 more characters you can play as, and I would assume more special infected. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to playing more of that in the coming,
Absolutely.
like 6 months. I'm sure there's gonna be a beta in the next 2-3 months. So
Yeah,
very,
something
very
like that.
exciting. What else have you been playing?
So I've been playing a little bit of a lot of things. I won't spend too much time on these, but Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. I went through and finally finished that. Great game, still one of my favorites of the year. I definitely recommend not going for 100% because it is stupid and not worth your time at all. Just how much you have to do in that. If you want to see why that's such a bad idea, I definitely recommend checking out Cat Icarus or The Completionist on YouTube. At least I think Completionist did it. Someone else did maybe. But it's just awful. The 100%, the like completionist criteria for that, don't do it. Just run through, enjoy the game, get on with it. It's brilliant. Again, I'm really into Halo right now, so I've been playing a lot of the Master Chief Collection. Not much more to say on that. It's great. I will note that I think I have found a thing that I want them to add in. I want them to add in like a map veto thing to the multiplayer search. Because for my searches, I usually do Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3 and Halo 4. And I get the same maps in Halo 3 constantly. And that game had so many maps. So I'm like, but I'm still only getting like the same 3 or 4. It's very aggravating to the point where even though Halo 3 is my favorite Halo game, last night I turned off the search on it because I was just so tired of getting the same thing.
The thing I found with that search function is if you're searching, like, say you have 4v4 selected and like 8v8 selected or something. I don't remember how it works, but like depending on the game type you select too, it'll like always put you in the same maps. So like if I had 8v8 selected on Halo 3, it was always the one map that's like kind of a U shape with 2 bases at either end of the U.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, I hate that map so much, and I only hate it because it's always on in the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like one of those like Covenant ships that you're like fighting on top of, and it's like a circular arena, and there's like a lot of walls and everything. Yeah, those maps I don't like, and I get them constantly. I hate it. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing quite a bit of Overwatch. The winter holiday event is going on right now, and I got all the achievements on Overwatch once again, so I'm happy. Thank you.
I actually played some Overwatch too.
Oh yeah, really?
On Saturday night last week, I saw some friends playing, and I joined them.
Wow.
I was their 6th.
Thing to invite me. Cool.
I was the 6th, and I played for like 2 hours with them. I don't know. It was all right. I don't know. I wish I was better at that game. Like, I would love to get into the ranked scene in that, but all my friends, like you playing the game, like, you're way better than I am. I can't play with you. My other friends playing the game, like,
I don't even play ranked anymore.
I just don't want to piss people off by being so bad in ranked. You know what I mean?
You really, there was a time where I was very serious about competitive Overwatch. To enjoy it, you can't be serious about it anymore. Just do you play your game, have fun. That's really all you got to do.
All right.
Yep. But yeah, that's about all I've been playing. How about you?
I played some more Cyberpunk. It has been crashing my Xbox a lot this past like few days. Like I was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I can't remember. 2 days ago, because I didn't play anything yesterday. But I was playing the game. It bugged on me, and it wouldn't let me call my vehicle to, like, it just wouldn't. It was like read it out on my screen for no reason at all. Like, I wasn't in a mission. I wasn't doing anything. So I closed the game, rebooted it. My guy was in the same spot, and I was able to do it then. So I get on the motorcycle, and I'm driving to a quest that I wanted to do. And I got to an intersection, and it froze up on me like it's done many times when you're driving around. It'll freeze up, and you'll still hear the radio going. But then this time, it just stopped and crashed my, like, the audio stopped, but I could still hear the people I was in a party chat with. And I was like, hey guys, think my Xbox is about to crash, and my whole Xbox shut down. And so I got back on, and I was like, all right, well, I'm done playing that for now. And I didn't know what I wanted to play, didn't know. So like after like 20 minutes of debating what to play, I was like, all right, I'll relaunch Cyberpunk. Because I just wanted to see if it would happen again. Relaunched it, called my car, or my motorcycle, I guess, drove to the same spot I was going, same exact intersection, froze up, crashed the Xbox again. And I have not launched the game since. Like, it crashing my Xbox is, like, really concerning, because, like, I don't know what it's damaging. Like, what if it's fucking up my solid-state drive? And that's basically what the next gen is that solid-state drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And those aren't cheap.
Exactly. I have the external one. I know. At $220, but... yeah, I don't know. That game, like, they keep coming out with hot fixes, like, every week, but, like, they just need... I don't know.
Well, they said wait until January and February for the updates to come out that will actually fix the game, which is but absolutely ridiculous.
I find it hard to believe that they're going to have anything in January, because you have to imagine...
that's what they're saying. You
have to imagine as they're getting these patches out, they're just releasing them, which is what they've been doing. Like, why are they holding out on, like, big patches if they could just be releasing it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That game has been handled so poorly. Definitely the worst handling of a game since, I would say, Fallout 76. Like, unquestionably. I just don't even know what to say about that game anymore. It's ridiculous, the state it's in.
Yeah, it's definitely a mess. But other than that, I've just been playing more Fortnite because I'm a garbage person who likes garbage video games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say.
Yeah. Yeah, you are garbage.
Yep. Coming from the man who's getting a nacho cheese machine in his bedroom tomorrow.
Hey now. Hey now. That's a king you're talking about. I will be royalty.
All right. I mean, that's all I've been playing, so...
cool.
I guess we can move on. Connor, what have you been playing?
Oh, I've just been, playing more of them's Fighting Hurts because I'm a brony. And I'm just going to show off my multiple Cyberpunk statues. Hey, did you guys know I'm in my own room? I've got a sign here to make sure everyone knows that this is my room.
Wow, Connor, that's really cool. Moving on.
Yeah, also, why are you not wearing a shirt?
Connor, please. This is a family show.
All right, moving on. I guess let's talk about news. You want to look back on 2020?
Yeah, so this has been a rough year. If you hadn't noticed,
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I actually just pulled up some things, just kind of looking back on the year 2020 was in general in video games. And I just kind of wanted to point out some key stuff because, the pandemic's been going on for 9 months now, but that's not all that happened. So, if you might have noticed, we had a new console generation launch, the Xbox Series X/S, and then the PlayStation 5. We've talked about it so much. There was tons of build-up stuff to it. And I would say, while there have been some kinks and everything on the way, this has been a pretty solid launch, right?
Yeah, I mean... I can't complain.
Yeah, right? No, I mean, they do almost exactly what they were, meant to do, so that's pretty good. So earlier in the year, we had the Black Lives Matter movement, which really spilled into video games because really for the first time ever, we saw the big three, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, really come out and be vocal about their support in this movement. In the past, you would see something like this and they'd be like, oh, hashtag we support you. But they would kind of stand on the sidelines. But no, we had PlayStation come out and say, we denounce systemic racism and violence against the Black community. We will continue to work towards a future marked by empathy and inclusion and stand with our Black creators, players, employees, families, and friends. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. And yeah, Xbox would like go around and they were like finding Black creators in the community to like actually put out their message, and they really like helped rocket them up and everything. Nintendo did a lot of the same stuff. That was like a very volatile time living in the United States. I mean, the whole entire year has felt insane, but just like living in the United States, just like everywhere you looked, people were at each other's throats, I felt, right?
Yeah, like left and right, honestly.
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
Just, I don't know, like social media was rough for a while just because like even still I go on Facebook and I just see so many like conflicting arguments of people from high school and aunts and uncles. Facebook is toxic right now.
That's just social media in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good thing to see the big three like actually come out and put their money where their mouth is, essentially. We had some really big unexpected games come up out of nowhere. First was Fall Guys, then Genshin Impact and Among Us, which we will actually talk about in quick news today. Those games just really came out of nowhere and took over video games, and they were just smaller games that you really wouldn't expect something like that. Fall Guys really did like the Rocket League thing where it started out on PS Plus for free and it just blew up from there. But their social media presence has really helped them maintain a really strong connection with their community. Genshin Impact was a massive Breath of the Wild clone. Like it's playable on PlayStation.
I think
mobile, I think. Yeah. And it's a huge player for that company. I think they're called MiHoYo.
I'm not sure.
Something like that. They got a lot out of that game, and it's still going strong. And then, of course, Among Us, which is the biggest game in the world right now still, which, I mean, everyone knows about that. A bunch of people get in, find the imposter, argue with each other. It's still a lot of fun. I played it some last night with some people, and I mean, I'm really ready for the next map before I go into it again.
Yeah, I'm getting real sick of the same maps.
Same. But it's really cool. I mean, that team is what, 3-4 people?
Yeah,
and it's just gigantic. Another huge mobile player. What else do we got here? We got AOC becoming a streamer, streaming Among Us. We covered that back in the day. Microsoft buying Bethesda was a huge thing this year. That's massive. And it hasn't gone through yet officially.
Yeah, they said beginning of next year.
Yeah, we'll see like the big ratifications of that next year. But just a massive acquisition for Xbox. 7.5 billion, I think it was.
Yeah, more than Disney bought Star Wars for.
Yeah, 7.5 billion. Yeah, that's insane. Very excited to see what comes out of that. There was the whole Apple fiasco with Fortnite, and
still going
on. Yep. We also saw Xbox get included in this, as well as something else, right? I can't remember. Whatever. Fortnite was the big one, and it's still going on. There's probably going to be more coming out of that in the months ahead. Yeah, we already talked about the consoles.
Did you talk about what's it called? xCloud launched.
Yeah, that's right, xCloud. That was really cool. There's not much use for me using it because I've just stayed in my room all year.
Exactly. I feel like 90% of gamers, especially during COVID, like they're not going to be somewhere that they could utilize that really. Yeah. But I mean, it'll be cool for me, like if I ever go back to the office to, be able to play, Destiny 2 on lunch without having to bring an Xbox to work or something.
Yeah, right. All you have to bring is the controller.
Exactly.
And some games even they've worked in touchpad controls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, really cool. Excited to see how that goes. But like we just said, once the pandemic dies down is when that will really take off. Let's see. We got Nintendo got a lawsuit filed against them for Joy-Con drift. I don't think that's really been. I don't think that's been like taken care of yet. I don't think there's been a ruling on either side of that. Obviously with the pandemic, this is the first year with no conventions, no E3. Was PAX East? Did that still? No, that got canceled. That was the first thing that got canceled. Yeah. We had the Game Awards digitally, which I mean isn't a convention, but it was a big show.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see in 2021 how conventions are handled. If we get E3 back at all. I definitely felt that there was a void where E3 used to be this year.
It just sucked. Everything was super scattered all over the place. Mm-hmm. Like Jeff Keighley tried to bring it in with his Summer Game Fest thing, to kind of really organize it. But if anything, that just added a whole nother thing. Like the only thing that helped is like I clicked on the calendar thing and I had it brought into my Google Calendar. So when I looked at my
it would tell you when each thing was.
And that's the only thing it helped with. Other than that, like you still had the major companies like, oh, we're announcing something tomorrow. If you didn't see this tweet, you're not going to know about it till tomorrow when everybody's tweeting about it.
Yep. And then the last thing, I just want to shout out the Animal Crossing New Horizons again for just how important that game was this year.
Save 2020.
It absolutely did. I cannot think of a video game that released at a more perfect time. That was as perfect as it could get for Nintendo. It just boggles my mind just how big that was earlier this year at the start of the pandemic.
Is that was all luck too.
Absolutely. It just happened to be that.
Yeah, it's not like they saw an opportunity and launched the game 6 months early. It was just all happenstance.
Yeah, because originally it was supposed to release last November.
Yeah, and it got delayed.
If it actually held to that release date,
it might not have blown up as much as it did.
No. I mean, it would already have been going, so why would it blow up? Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of just a look back at 2020. It's been a rough year, guys. Let's make 2021 a little better.
On that note, let's look at my 2020 Nintendo in review.
Oh, you doing it?
Yeah, so I just clicked on it.
Okay.
I just want to read you some stuff from here.
Okay.
I have
to pull up mine.
I played 124 hours, which is not a lot, honestly. I don't play my Switch, nearly as much as most things. I played 18 games. My most played game is Animal Crossing. Easily. Obviously, I feel like that's going to be a lot of people's most played game.
Okay. What else rounds out your top 5? Because it gives you top 5.
Yeah.
Right?
So the other games that round out my top 5, next on the list is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Because I finally
I remember you saying you were playing that.
Yeah, I finally went through and finished that. Number 3 is Ring Fit Adventure. Shout out to the podcast I did with the Respawn Aim Fire guys, playing through that. Super Mario Odyssey, which I started playing again, but good. I've been off of it as of late, but I want to get back into it. And Super Mario Party. I played that a lot with my roommates.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Super Mario Party is a good return to form for that series. I really hope.
What were your top 5?
All right. Well, my top 5 was number 1, Minecraft, because I was playing with my daughter a lot this year. I haven't seen her since July. It's been crazy just being without her. But me and her, we watch movies on PlayStation almost every night, or we would play Minecraft. I set up a realm for us to play on, and so I would be on my Xbox or my Switch playing. So that was really awesome. Shout out to cross play. My number 2 was Animal Crossing New Horizons. I think I checked how much I had played of that this year on my Switch the other day, and it was 35 hours, somewhere around there. I've never played Animal Crossing before on this one. I enjoyed my time with it, but once I had gotten KK to my island, I kind of stopped. Like, I went back every now and then.
That's pretty much where I stopped playing it as well.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go back at some point. I've been playing the Super Nintendo Entertainment System thing, all the SNES games. So this year I went back. I just recently beat Donkey Kong Country 2, because that was recently added on there, and I know DKC 3's on there. I beat DKC 1, A Link to the Past. I played some Super Mario Kart. I played F-Zero for the first time. I think the next one I'm going to go into is Star Fox, because that's just a really good thing to like go back and knock some games off of my backlog, because I never had a Super Nintendo. My number 4 was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, no surprise there. I love that game, and I just think it's a special game.
I've been thinking of picking up the DLC for the characters in that, and just playing online or something.
They had me sold at Banjo-Kazooie, so I bought them.
I haven't bought any. I didn't buy any of the DLC characters for that game.
Yeah, it's a good deal. Sephiroth's pretty cool. And then my number 5 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Again, mostly playing that with my daughter, but mostly when I'm playing my Switch, I play it while I'm just laying down in bed watching YouTube or something. So I would like get into Mario Kart matches. I just want Mario Kart 9. I'm ready for something new. I'm really tired of those tracks.
Yeah, I think that's the case with most Nintendo games right now. Honestly, it's like people they just want the next thing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We don't have any confirmation of anything besides... excuse me, anything coming out in 2021 for Nintendo, except for Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Like, it's the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary, so we think Breath of the Wild 2 will come, but knowing how they develop those games, who knows? I really hope for like Zelda 3D All-Stars like Mario got. I would love that. But yeah, no idea. We don't know when Metroid Prime 4 is coming. We haven't seen any Mario sports games since Mario Tennis in like 2017, I think.
We need Mario Golf, man. Yeah,
Mario Golf and Mario Baseball are the two that I absolutely want. Like I said, I would love another Mario Party. It's just...
If they do another Mario Party, they have to include online capabilities.
Oh my gosh,
they have to.
The only online in Mario Party is just going through some mini games, and it's awful. It's so clunky and everything. That's like my number one wish for Nintendo. Just maybe not next year, just going forward. Figure out online.
Yeah, for real.
Just do it.
I'm looking at a chart here of my most active day by hours.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Mine's March 30th.
Mine's March 22nd. So that's probably an Animal Crossing day for
Animal
each
Crossing.
of us.
Yep.
But it dropped down dramatically. After April, it went from 31 hours down to 10. And then from 10 down to 2 in June. And then it kind of went up to September. And then it went down to 1 hour in October, 0 hours in November, and 1 hour in December.
Oh, man. My total hours played for my Switch this year was 351. Like I said, most of that's either playing with my daughter or just laying down in bed. Yeah. Just like everyone else, the Switch had a really rough year. Nintendo just disappeared this year. Like, for a while, they were doing pretty good about being very out forward with their announcements and everything. Like, when they came out saying, hey, Metroid Prime 4 is being restarted, everyone loved them for that. And then this year,
I think that's the point that they fell off. Like, that's when they started realizing, like, we don't have anything else. And it was like, but that's the thing. After that announcement, they
come out and say something. Yeah, I just can't believe that they have nothing in the works right now besides those big games. There's got to be more from them. It's been a frustrating year to be a Nintendo fan.
I don't know. What else we got on the news today, John?
All right, so Sony recently came out and said that they have 7 television shows and 3 movies in development right now, which are based on PlayStation games. So we're not like gonna go into the article or anything because that's essentially all they said. But I want to like go in and like let's have some fun here. Let's predict what Sony TV shows and movies are on the way.
I'm ready.
Real quick.
I'm ready.
We already know Uncharted is a movie, and we know The Last of Us is a television show. They didn't confirm if that was included, but let's just say that they are. So we're going for 2 movies and 6 television shows.
All right, you ready? Another one of the movies.
Let's start with movies.
All right, the other one of them is Ratchet and Clank. Easy.
Ooh, a sequel to the other one they made?
Yeah, it's going to be Ratchet and Clank. In my theory is that all of these are going to combine to the third movie, which is going to be PlayStation All-Stars.
Oh my god, you madman. That would be insane.
I don't even know what the
awful.
Fuck. What would that be?
That would be so bad.
It would be so bad. It would be terrible.
Please do it.
Oh
Sony.
my god,
it would be awful.
I mean, just embrace the fact that
Absolutely.
that video game TV shows and movies are always bad, and just fucking make it, man.
Just fucking do it. Go all in. Oh man, that would be amazing. All right, so my guess is on the 2.
I was gonna say I could also see Ratchet and Clank being a movie and then a TV show as well,
like a spin-off kind of thing. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going, because I don't think I can't think a lot of people hate the movie.
I don't know if they hated it. I just think it didn't do as well as they were planning.
See, that was my guess, is that they would have that would be one of the television shows. For the movies, I think you have God of War, focusing on the reboot, because that was such a cinematic thing. Maybe just like looking at Kratos and Atreus, just not the same exact story there, but just like a different story for them.
Yeah.
The other one is what I'm really stuck on, because I just can't think of any like place.
Knack 3 is a movie.
Are you saying Knack right now? Yeah, I mean, I would have thought The Last of Us would have made a good movie, but they're making a television show out of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Horizon.
Ooh, Horizon.
That would be a good movie.
I don't think they would go with that, but I'll put that in because I have nothing else.
I'm just trying to think of Sony IP at this point.
I don't think they would go with Days Gone.
Yeah, I don't think so. That didn't do that well.
Which I started last night, by the way. Yeah, I've got nothing. I think Horizon would be the closest thing, because that is one of their big franchises at the moment.
Maybe there's a Sackboy movie or TV show. I could
see
that.
Sackboy would make a good television show, I think. I don't think movie. Unless they could think of... I don't know. I don't even know what they would make out of that.
I don't know. Like, does Sackboy talk? Like, I've never played a...
Doesn't he? He makes, like, sounds, I think. I don't think he actually talks.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely got to be a TV show, if anything.
Yeah.
What other IP? Horizon.
All right. One television show I'm gonna guess, Crash Bandicoot. Even though it's not technically a Sony thing. It started out as a Sony thing, so yeah. I would include that into a television show. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
In the same vein, there, Spyro the Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give those 2. What if they made a Parappa the Rapper show?
Dude, I don't even know what that would be about. I don't even know what the game's about, man.
Have you seen the game?
I've played... I remember me and my brothers on the PS1 playing that fucking... Was it PS1 or PS2? I can't remember. We were playing the demo for that game.
It was PS1 then.
In like the latency from hitting the button to the screen.
It was bad.
It was so bad back then that like it was unplayable. Like we couldn't even.
But it's
get past
iconic.
The thing. It was terrible, man. It was terrible.
Parappa stumbled so Guitar Hero could fly.
Exactly.
Okay? And then stumble.
And then stumble.
And then stumble again. And then come back and then stumble.
Yeah, and then come back with a weird 6-button guitar. And then
that was awful.
Burn in a fucking pit of fire.
Okay. Trying to think of any other television shows that they might make. A Kingdom Hearts one would be really cool.
What about Death Stranding? Disney. You think they would partner for anything?
You know, Kojima would love that.
He would.
What if that's one of the movies? I don't think that would be a television show. I could see because Kojima is a movie nut.
Yep, I could see that because like he's always like mention movies when he's talking about his games. And I feel like that would be the evolution of him, would be, just to make a fucking movie at this point. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of surprising that he hasn't already.
And like they're so partnered with Sony, like he's so close with Sony, like why wouldn't they be like, all right, we'll fund your fucking movie.
Yeah.
Just keep your games coming to our consoles.
Mm-hmm. There could be a medieval show on the way. I think that could be an interesting show to make.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm still so stuck on the PlayStation All-Stars
What
movie.
No, I'm just spitballing here. What if we get some sort of Spider-Man TV show?
Like, focused on the Insomniac game?
Yeah, or like Miles Morales,
Yeah. That would be interesting.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because Sony still owns the movie rights to Spider-Man. Yeah. Of course. I mean, they could do it.
Yeah, I don't see why they
couldn't. I think Marvel likes the story that Insomniac has made with Spider-Man. I mean,
yeah, I think so.
We got a sequel out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's possible. That would be really cool.
I don't see that being a movie, but that could
definitely
be
not,
a TV
especially
show.
with the MCU.
Yeah.
But a television show, I mean, there's so many Spider-Man television shows. Why not make one in the Insomniac universe?
Yeah. What other IP do they got, man? Demon Souls? That's not a Sony thing, but...
No, wait. Demon Souls is. Demon Souls is owned by Sony.
Okay.
Yeah. Dark Souls is what isn't owned by them.
I don't see that translating
to
a movie or a show at all.
I'm trying to think of like PS2, PS3 era, because we haven't really hit many there.
Yeah.
What came out during those times? I mean, Ratchet and Clank, which we already talked about.
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter would be a really cool show. I would love that.
That'd be a good way for them to bring it back, too.
Oh, Astrobot.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be a show, man.
Yeah, right?
100% that's a show.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
That's one of their shows. Yeah.
I think that's it, man.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
There's nothing else I can think of that would translate well into, a movie or a show.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the big ones. Like they made a Gran Turismo show.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Coming from the third best racing game of all time.
Right.
Always in third place.
You want mediocre? We've got mediocre.
All right. With that, let's get into the quick news, and then we will skedaddle out of here. We do
have one community topic.
Okay. All right. Quick news. January Xbox games with gold are Dead Rising, Little Nightmares, King of Fighters 13, and Breakdown. The only one I know is Dead Rising.
Oh, Dead Rising is great. I'm super excited. I've thought about grabbing that. It's the first one remastered for the Xbox One. I've been thinking about grabbing that for a while, so I'm glad to have it again. Great game. Little Nightmares is also excellent. It's a spooky platformer kind of thing. It's more of a puzzle game, I guess. I definitely recommend that game as well. Little Nightmares is great, and it has a sequel coming out next year. King of Fighters, I don't know. I've heard the name, but I've never actually seen gameplay on it. I would guess it's a fighting game.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Breakdown, I also do not know, but it is a original Xbox game, and looking at comments and threads on this, a lot of people are excited for that. So maybe a game to try out as well.
Yeah. Moving on, Among Us is the most popular game ever in terms of monthly players. It had 500 million players play it in November. That is insane.
Absolutely. And what is even more insane is so this will be before the game came to the Switch, of course. But right now, I want you to guess how big of the Among Us player base plays on PC. Remember, it's $5 on PC, free on mobile.
I'm going to guess 15% play on PC.
3%.
Really?
97% of the 500 million players for Among Us were on mobile in November.
I mean, it makes sense. It's free there.
Yeah.
Everybody has a
absolutely,
phone. Like, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. That's insane numbers. But the PC version, of course, made up 64% of the revenue for it because you have to pay for it there.
Yeah.
And Switch as well.
You love to see it, man. You love to see it.
Yeah, really, especially for such a small team.
Yeah. Moving on, Microsoft Flight Simulator has VR support now. I'm curious how beefy of a computer you need to run that.
Beefiest.
Because like playing Flight
Simulator, it has
Simulator,
to be a hamburger.
Yeah, a quarter-pound burger at least.
Yeah.
So playing Flight Simulator itself, you need a really nice computer to play. Like my computer's pretty nice, and I cannot even play at 30 frames a second. And
I haven't even tried to download it because I know my PC won't be able to handle it.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure playing games in VR are more intensive on your computer, just because
I would imagine
and stuff.
But I have no idea.
So I'm wondering how that's running. Sounds cool though.
Look it up. Yeah, no, it's really awesome, and they're putting out DLC packs and stuff for it, which I didn't really. So what kind of DLC would that game get?
So I looked into it. The DLC packs are essentially like, it'll be like, say Chicago will be one. I don't know if this is one, but Chicago will be one. And instead of just using the Bing, maps generated map, they have gone in like fully detailed like all the landmarks in the city.
So it's like
all
the
major
actual world, not just like an estimation.
Yeah, exactly. So like they'll like fully detail, Soldier Field, which is where the Bears play, the Sears Tower, Willis Tower if you're fucking
Where
12.
In the regular game it would just be like a generic tower and a generic football field maybe.
Well, no, like it'll look like it still. It's just like it'll have things that are off about it. Like if you look in really closely at like a still or something, you'll see like, a bunch of the windows just like blurred across it because like the scan, isn't as accurate as like if somebody built a model. You know what I mean?
Okay. I got you. No, that's really cool.
Yeah. I mean like why not?
Yeah. Right? No, that makes sense.
I'm excited for that game to come to Xbox this summer, so.
Yeah, me too.
And the last quick topic is Halo Infinite will still come to Xbox One. This is no surprise to me. I've been saying this.
No.
They would have a huge headache on their hands.
I had a gut reaction a few weeks ago where I was like, what if they did? And yeah, no, the more I think about it, I think about the argument you made when we talked about this originally, and yeah, there's no reason for them to take it off Xbox One. We know there's a lot of people arguing because of Cyberpunk's problems, but I mean, this is Microsoft developing on their own platform. It's going to run so much better.
Exactly, yeah. I think that the problem with Cyberpunk is they were making a huge game for PC that they then tried porting to consoles probably pretty last minute, to be honest.
But that's what it appears to be.
But Halo, it's always been the Xbox game, so it's always probably been developed for the Xbox.
Yeah, they just kind of used it as like, they used the Series X as like just a power-up mode kind of thing.
All right, and that does it for the quick news. Do you want to go over the community topic we have, and then we'll get out of here?
Yeah, so our community topic, which you can recommend to us on Twitter or our Discord channel, comes from DJ Dennis Nedry at ZKE Sports. He wants us to talk about the morality and ethics of swatting in the modern gamer community. And really, I think swatting has been cut down on a lot the last couple years. I haven't heard of any recent things.
Honestly, I think it's died down because like they laid down such a heavy like ban hammer on anybody that's done it.
Absolutely.
Like,
they should have done it sooner than they did. It took way too long for that.
Yeah, like they were giving serious like people were getting like 15 years in prison for
they
swatting.
Absolutely deserve it too.
And didn't somebody get life in prison because somebody died when getting swatted?
Yeah, I think something like that. Like I just can't. It's not funny. It's it just should never be done. Give me a second. I'm gonna do a quick search to see if anything has come up. Let's see. The most recent thing. Yeah, no, there's the most recent overall thing is from The Wired. They did an article about how overall it's a bad thing back in August of 2019. So it's really been cut down on, which is great because no one should go into a stream and have to worry about, oh great, is someone gonna swat me today?
Yeah, it's completely fucked. I mean,
yeah.
And that's the general consensus within the community is like, don't do it. Like,
there's not many things that an internet community can come together on. Swatting being bad is one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody can agree that you shouldn't fucking swat anybody.
No.
Nobody should ever be swatted.
That's awful.
It's completely fucked up.
Of course, unless it actually called for it, but like every time. Like we're talking about bad things here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that sums it up. I don't know what else to say about it.
Swatting's bad. Don't do it.
Yeah,
You'll go to jail for a long time.
This has been oh man, this has been episode 124 of the Pixel Street Podcast. As always, you can find the podcast on Friday mornings at 8 a.m. This being the Christmas episode. John, sing us a Christmas song. Awesome. You can find me on Twitter.
You gotta give me more headway than that.
You can find me on Twitter at Campo63, twitch.tv/Campo63. Go check out our Twitter account at Pixel Street. You can find our pinned tweet there. You can check out our Discord, our YouTube. We're trying to get to 100 subs for custom URL. John, where are you at?
A little bit recently. On Twitter, I am at Revix Shadows, and you can find my writing on gameper.com.
Awesome. We will be right back here next week for our Game of the Year episode of the Pixel Street Podcast.
Bye.
Bye.